The following is a presentation of The Day.
Live from Norwich Free Academy, it is the Unified Basketball Games. NFA playing host to a variety of ECC teams in the Unified Basketball Games. And all the action is live on Game Day. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. Gear up for game day with a winning smile from Waterford Dental Health. Located in Waterford, they're your go-to top-notch dental care facility. Whether you need a checkup or a cosmetic boost, go there, schedule, feel some comfort, feel some confidence. It's Waterford Dental Health. Casey O'Neill along with the coach, Chris Giusti. Perfect setting for you. You didn't have to travel far. I'm wearing red in honor of Juice, and the teams are now starting to come in, but I know that the Unified, there's Bacon Academy. I know that the Unified games are important to you on both a professional and a personal level, so just talk a little bit about today.
Yeah, always a special event here, hosted by Norwich Free Academy, you know, the place where I am employed. I'm a special education teacher here and have been here for 25 years in that profession. So this event is special because it unifies, as the word says, it unifies our disabled athletes with our non-disabled athletes, and it gives an opportunity for inclusion. It brings together all of the schools that have unified basketball teams in one place at the same time, which is unusual. So it's a tremendous undertaking, and we'll talk more about what goes into launching this event, but a tremendous undertaking, but it seems to go off seamlessly every year. And as you see the athletes being paraded through right now, Alumni Gym, this is almost like an Olympic type event for them. It gives them a feeling of belonging. It gives them a feeling like they are able to do what everybody else is able to do, and we always get a good turnout here in terms of crowd participation and volunteers, and it's great that Game Day features it live on theday.com.
So for those of you new to the Unified broadcast, we have two gyms going live today. Both Alumni Hall and Norton Gymnasium have games going on. So we'll be bumping back and forth. You see there a live shot as New London enters into Norton. We'll be bumping back and forth between Alumni and Norton to different games. We'll also be talking with various participants, parents, coaches, athletes who participate and have been a part of these games and the Unified programs, because Unified does go across multiple sports, and many of these athletes participate in multiple sports, and it's a very free-flow, very relaxed atmosphere today. Not on the court, because the athletes take it very seriously, and it's very competitive, but it's also a very supportive community. So everybody's rooting everybody on, and it's a lot of work goes into it. So shout out to Chris Staley here at NFA, and as well as all of the NFA staff who helped put this thing together, because it's a lot of effort to get all these schools in. We will have Unified teams representing Fitch High School. You see Montville coming in now, Stonington, Putnam, Woodstock, Griswold, Waterford, NFA, Windham, and Bacon, and Ledyard. So I think I got them all there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, I believe, teams will be here today. So we're going to talk to as many people as we can about their experiences with Unified Sports. We'll talk to athletes, like I said, coaches, parents, whomever we can get, and have a little conversation while the games go on. The opening ceremonies here are underway, and then we'll launch into a series schedule of games, and then the final games should go off around 5 o'clock, and wrapping up what is always a fun event here. NFA is always well represented in Unified Sports, one of the leaders in Connecticut and in many ways across the country with Unified Sports. And I know you know, I've learned over the years, and we'll talk about it for those at home, Unified Sports is structured. There are levels, certain levels which can participate in certain areas, and players can only participate. We'll go through that because it's not simply throwing a ball out there and let them go. There's structure to it. These kids participate in games all over the country. They are active athletes, and they're teammates as well. So it's a special day, and Juice, I'm glad to have you. And at this point, we're going to just settle in and let the chaos begin.
Yeah, and the unified events now that are embedded into the CIAC and are a part of high schools and middle schools athletic programs, it was started in the Special Olympics. So it was former Special Olympics president, Connecticut President Bo Doherty, widely known as the godfather of unified sports, who conceptualized the idea of unified sports at the high school level. He worked hard with athletic departments and athletic directors to make it part of the schedule of events. So when athletic directors in schools are planning out each of their seasons for fall season, soccer, football, field hockey, winter season, basketball, swimming, wrestling, now they have to consider what unified sports can fit into those seasons as well. And so it becomes a true opportunity for students to compete for their school instead of going outside of their school to compete in the Special Olympics, which they still do as well.
And I think most people are familiar with the Special Olympics. Fewer, though growing number of people are familiar with unified, but the sort of the various levels of unified, the different sports that are involved, which is expanding as well. That's the kind of thing that I don't know that the average person at home realizes. I did not realize how many different sports are now available for unified athletes to participate in. That's it grows every year, and like you said, it's just a question of finding a fit and finding the resources to fit it into schedules, and schools are becoming more comfortable with how to do that. I know that the team sizes grow every year. We get more kids involved in it. Programs continue to grow, and just look at this today. 11 different schools represented, all with healthy teams.
Yeah, and in some of the schools, there's 11 different schools. Some of the schools will only have one of the 5 levels in unified basketball. There's 5 different levels. We'll get into that during the broadcast. Some of them will only have one team, but some of them, like NFA, are fielding 3 teams today at different levels, and we'll talk more about that. But it's just grown so much, even in the short amount of time since we started broadcasting at Casey. It's now expanded to many middle schools. So you hear all the time, there are middle school athletes here in the stands here to watch what's going on at the high school level, because they're participating in unified sports at the middle school level, and they're excited about the opportunities they're going to have when they get to high school, just like any other sport. When middle school kids, elementary school kids go to their local high school, someday I'm going to play at my high school. It's the same thing now. It's becoming intertwined throughout all the schools, and that's just marvelous to see. We're almost at 100% of high schools in Connecticut that have unified sports teams.
And the number is remarkable when you consider, when we first started broadcasting a few years ago, just how it's grown and grown and grown.
NFA in the first-time plungers.
NFA was represented. One of the things we'll be talking about during the broadcast is the Penguin Plunge from this past Sunday, which you, of course, if you go to Game Day CT on any of our social medias, you'll be able to see a video of that particular event, which was very well attended, and certainly all of those people that participated on Sunday deserve a special hug from their loved ones, because it was so cold. Oh my goodness.
And that includes you.
It does include me, because last year at this event, NFA's Chris Staley, I mentioned that he went in as a centaur, and he challenged me to do it with the NFA unified group. And of course, if you get challenged on live TV, you can't say no. But I'm really glad that I did it, and we'll talk more about it, because it was a surprising event. The number of people that participate and how they go about it was really cool. All right, our guy Bowden Arnold, he is going to rip off the national anthem for us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose sun stripes and bright stars through the periled fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bells were singing there. They flew through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled that blue away for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, Bowden. Listen, we have had national anthems across a lot of schools, and that one ranks right up there. He nailed it. Good job. Way to get us going. I think there's he has a nice voice.
Absolutely.
And he rocked it. I'm appreciative because that's one of the hardest songs on the planet to do, and we've seen poor high school kids struggle with that song.
And professionals.
And Bowden knocked it out of the park. I know we have seen professionals struggle with it too.
He was with the voice of the Wildcats, Bob Maloff, and Bob didn't even have a chance to show his vocal cords. Bowden took it all by himself.
Yeah, that was well done, and now we're moving on to the next phase of our opening ceremonies.
Please repeat after us.
Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Great job, guys.
We have a fantastic afternoon of basketball games. Thank you again for joining us. Good luck to all of the team, and let's head for round one games.
I've heard Bowden referred to as the mayor a couple of times. You can see why. I mean, the kid's got charisma for days.
Absolutely, and he's one of the anchor members of the NFA student section. He is well known throughout campus, and you can see he's not afraid when you put the microphone in front of him.
Here in Alumni on court one, which is this court right here.
Chris Staley, the unified head coach for NFA, announcing the assignments here as teams will disperse to one of the two gymnasiums here at NFA. You're looking right now at Alumni Gym, the larger of the two gymnasiums. The original gym, Norton Gym, will be where the other feed is. There it is on your screen.
I like the pledge, by the way. It's simple, but I think it applies to all sports, right? Let me win. We all want to win. That's the goal of competitive sports, right? But if I can't win, let me be brave in the attempt. And I think that is a message. We're less concerned about sportsmanship here. This particular group in Unified has almost been brought up with sportsmanship. So it's like they're all rooting for each other, but be brave in the attempt. Like let it go out there and give it your best, because when you're putting yourself out there, it can be scary. And I love the idea of giving it a try, and that applies across to the. Are we calling them mentor athletes, teammates? What are we calling what is the proper nomenclature?
Partners.
The partner athletes. If you're a partner, if you're an athlete or a student, not even an athlete, a non-student, if you're a student in high school, this is a wonderful way to get involved in sports. and it's different than. And we've seen some of the kids who may not be varsity athletes, while they're still getting themselves acclimated, they jump in as freshmen. They jump right into unified sports, and it becomes 4 years later like the most rewarding thing that they've done, even when they've been varsity athletes. So we definitely want to encourage that participation. Now we're going to be opening up with a couple of games shortly. We're going to have Stonington and Putnam coming up with level 3 teams, but we're going to have special guests here for a moment. So why don't we, before we get started, talk a little bit about the levels, because we do have level 2 teams here today, all the way to level 5.
Right, so there's 3 groupings. This is a little tricky, but I'll go through it quick. 3 groupings. There's competitive, developmental, and recreational. Levels 1 and 2 fall in the competitive level. Levels 3 and 4 in the developmental level. And level 5 is strictly the recreational level. So the level 2 teams are the highest teams we have here today. Those teams can play by high school rules, but they're still developing their skills. Anyone can score, either partners or athletes can score in the level 2.
All right, so we're going to bring in a pair of athletes right away. So first, let me say hi to Bowden Arnold. Can I just tell you that was one of the best national anthems that any student has sung for us?
It was, I think. It was like different. I think it was like a little bit different. I mean, these guys cannot believe I sang in front of them. They were proud of them. They were proud of me, I think. I mean, it was like a little bit different, I think. It was like a soul I think.
You did a great job, Bowden.
Thank you, man. I'm glad.
Hey, Bowden, what unified sports do you participate in?
Basketball, track and field, soccer.
Wow, so you do a lot of sports.
I do.
So do you have any favorite sports teams?
Like you comments, basketball, I think. They're a very good team, I mean. They're a really easy team, I think. Like, we like to watch the Huskies a lot. I think our favorite teammate would be, Cameron Duchamp, I think.
Do you have a favorite player?
Paige Becker.
Oh, that's a good choice. Paige she's a great player.
She is.
Hey, have you ever met her before?
I have for like 50 years. She's small, but medium, but I think she's really big.
Hey, listen, I saw you Sunday jumping in very, very cold water. Did you do the penguin plunge?
I did.
And were you dressed up?
I was like a penguin, and I couldn't miss. So my teammates did really like that.
Yeah, I saw you, and you looked great as a penguin. But wasn't the water cold though? It was so cold. Who do you have with you?
I have Gregory here. She's my friend. She used to play basketball every day for her tournament games. But she helps her teammates a lot. I mean, she's really different, but she couldn't stay with me. And I'm so proud of her. She likes to play basketball all year long. She has skills, defense, freeze, and she likes to hold the ball with her hands. And she's so different. I mean,
All right, so Bowden, you're going to hold the microphone for Chloe, okay? Hold it so that she can talk into it. Right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, Chloe, tell me what's your favorite season after all?
My favorite season? Soccer season.
Oh, good. What position do you play in?
Midfield.
Oh, that's a huge goal, I think. You play a lot of the team, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know you do. That makes me
So Chloe, how long have you been involved in unified sports?
Since my sophomore year winter basketball season.
And what have you found to be the best part of participating in unified?
Definitely like the connections that you make with the kids, and just like seeing people that you wouldn't really see on like the regular basis.
So do you get a chance to hang out with Bowden every single day?
Oh, every single day.
And I think Chloe really likes to be my friend. She's busy every day of the game. I think she's really huge. I think she's really different.
So are you gonna play today?
Yeah, I think I can't wait to win.
Okay.
And I'm excited to win, man. I'm excited to sing. These guys are looking for buzz here tonight. It's gonna be good. I mean, it's gonna be like a good day. I can't wait to win.
All right. Well, we're gonna be watching you and we're gonna be cheering you on. Make sure Chloe touches the ball too, though.
Okay, I got you guys. Don't worry.
All right.
We'll keep doing this in no time, okay?
Thank you, Bowden. Can I get a fist bump?
Yes.
Boom. And thank you, Chloe, very much for joining us.
Thank you, Chloe.
All right,
Thank you,
go get ready
Bowden.
for your game, okay?
We'll see you later.
Thank you, guys.
I didn't
You
even have to
see
do
the
anything. He
energy.
did the
Yeah,
interview.
yeah.
He
Oh,
did
yeah.
the interview for me.
Well, I mean, we didn't want to tell you, Casey, but that was a job interview to maybe get in.
I was about to say Bowden might have a future, but I think he's going to replace you, not me. Although, wait a minute.
Gotcha.
Although I don't know that there's enough mic time for. So we got Putnam and Stonington here, level 3. So talk a little bit about level 3 Unified.
Yeah, so level 3 falls in the developmental grouping. So only the athletes can score. So remember, students with the disabilities are the athletes and non-disabled are the partners. So only the athletes can score. It's a loose whistle. And we've seen many games where we saw a loose whistle in the St. Bernard New London final last week. So not a lot of whistles, encouragement and reminders instead of violations. Want to see the ball go in.
Got it inside to Rayanne. Haberek and bang, knocks it down for 2. Basket for Stonington Unified, and now Putnam in the blue will bring it up. We see over there a quick look into Norton. Bringing the ball up for Putnam is Jasmine Allard. And Jasmine looking at a straightaway shot.
Sizing it up.
Always the challenge right here to get the first. They always like it very pass. Will dump it down. That was Grant Hart that dumped it down, and the high off the glass is good from Putnam. Well done, knocking it down. Anthony Bodette got that one to go. Other side, Stonington. Joey Marshall, we know Joey's name. And now we're going to get it over to Jackson Lucier. And back over to Rayanne. She had the earlier basket. Off the glass, a little bit strong, so we'll get the rebound and the putback. And, oh, there it goes, knocking it down. Another basket for Rayanne.
Unstoppable inside, Casey.
Now we're going to bring down the other way. Putnam. See, good ball distribution. Get it down to the big guy. They want to try to dump it in to Grant Hart. Stolen away, however, by Henry Lloyd. Long shot up and, oh, knocking it down. Henry Lloyd from downtown.
Nice shot by Henry.
Coming down the other direction now, Putnam. Rebound, given back. Up close, another chance. There it goes. Grant Hart, post presence. Rayanne with the ball again. She's got 2 hoops already. Henry and Grant with the steal. Defense, they got a little full court pressure going on.
Level 3 game here. Developmental level.
That's Jasmine Allard with the ball for Putnam. Got a little 1-2-2 going on here for Stonington.
So they'll try their best to follow the typical high school rules. Try to encourage what the athlete can do within the framework of the high school game.
Devin Keenan for Putnam. And first time got it to go.
Great shot.
Little underhand, Rick Barry-esque. Nice pass down below. Oh, the big block from Grant Hart. Grant's the big guy down low. No one scores around the basket. Good rebound. Joey Marshall rebounded it, gets it back to his teammate Rayanne, knocks it down again. We're going to take a look now into Norton Gymnasium, where we've got Montville and Fitch. Montville Fitch is a level 3 game as well.
Yeah, a lot of level 3s, which means that it's still developmental, but the athletes are making a lot of progress in learning the rules of the game, and they're able to, play within the framework of a high school basketball game.
So Montville, shot put up by Noah Schaefer. Now coming the other way for Fitch is Josh. Down low, and basket is good underneath by Brennan. Oh, the block underneath. Again, there's no easy baskets. You can't expect it. You can't expect an uncontested layup. Persistence, however. Big outlet, long outlet pass. Running the floor for Fitch was Malachi, but stolen by Montville.
Remember, in the level 3 games, only the athletes can score.
Good crowd in Norton right now.
And there you see Coach Brown in the stands. Coach Brown, big win for the NFA boys last night. He's supporting the athletes.
Shot up, and we get it to go. That was, I believe that was Brendan Paradis, I believe it was. Coming out of the pack for the Wolves. Trying to get to the basket, weaving his way through. Jump shot, oh, swish. Buried by Noah Schaefer.
Nice looking jump shot.
Oh, just off the mark. Brennan gets his own rebound, drives to the hoop, just a little strong. Rebound Schaefer. Schaefer's going to come out of the pack with it. Schaefer trying to elude some defenders. There he goes. What a nice block from Malachi. Good pass underneath. And finishing off was Josh with the layup.
Josh with a nice touch in there. Breakaway.
You got to get back on defense. You can't let them run the floor. Brendan Paradis again. He got ahead of everybody. Going to get some substitutions into the game for Fitch. Got teams going on from, so you got 3 games going on at once right now. 2 in Alumni, 1 in Norton. Fitch with the basketball. Dump down to Josh. We know he can score down there. He gets it up high. Good defense. Dumps down to Davil. Good rebound, however, from the Wolves. And the Wolves will have possession coming right at you. Trying to free themselves up for some offense. The Wolves.
Nice pass.
Underneath, a little short. One more attempt. And gets it to go again. Brennan Paradis. Looking for the open man and out of bounds. It'll stay here. Montville Hands it off to Zab. High shot off the glass, just off the mark from DeVille. He gets it back. Another high arcer off the glass, close. Montville with the rebound. Moving, working it around the circle. Underneath, just a little strong. Another attempt, and that one goes down for Jalicia Moon. Good pass underneath. Nice shot by DeVille. High arcer. Now Montville running the floor the other direction. Good rebound by Fitch. DeVille out ahead with the layup. Got it.
Beautiful layup.
Good form. Use the glass. Jalicia back down for Montville. Steps in, a little hard, good rebound. And the putback is good from Paradis. Brennan Paradis having quite an afternoon. Off the glass, a little strong and running the floor. 2 shots. Man, can't get it to go, and there's a lid. Suddenly a lid on the basket. Paradis can't get it to go. He likes that spot, though. And the persistence pays off. Knocks it down. Up off the top of the backboard. That'll be Montville ball.
DeVille with the shot there for Fitch.
Nice layup is off the mark. Second one no good. Paradis again, third time gets it to go.
Comes Zab. Passes it to DeVille, no good.
Oh, good use again. He's a shooter. Trying to step free as Bren is no good there from Noah Schaefer. Noah to Paradis, a little bit strong. Second time is good. Now we're looking in live here at Waterford and NFA in a level 3 game.
See our recent interviewee Bowden out there for the Wildcats.
Bowden wearing number 22. Waterford, shot off the back iron from Onyx Myers. There's Bowden running the floor. Shot a little strong, rebound Waterford. NFA.
Ryan Condori, the missed shot.
Back to Bowden. Gonna take the time. And he knocks it down for 2. Bowden Arnold sings the anthem, interviews his fellow students, does an interview, knocks down shots. The Renaissance man. But right back in the other direction, Taylor Herbert.
Good looking shot from Taylor.
Steal from Olivia Johnson. We're going to give it back to NFA. Bowden. And NFA will have another chance, and getting it to go. Floro.
Jairus with the bucket.
Back the other direction. Herbert. No. Rebound NFA to Ryan Kandori Meza. And back to Waterford's Lexi Sachs. She'll pass it out to her teammate. In and out from Onyx Myers. Bowden running the floor for NFA.
Oh, a good dribbling.
And stays under control, but he just can't get it to go. But look at the offensive rebound. Off to the teammate, and no good. Waterford, good look. Shot is up off the glass and just a little bit strong from Sean Morrison, but the second one is good. High fives from teammate. Sam DeFelice gave the high fives. Pass to Bowden. Off the rim, over to his teammate. And Jairus Floro for NFA. NFA gives it over to Waterford. Shot up and off the glass, a little too strong from Sam. Second chance, also a little strong. Sam's going to give it one more crack at it. And Bowden will bring it up for NFA.
Fast break opportunity, nothing but net.
Splash for Bowden. Bringing it up the floor for Waterford was Lexi Sachs. In the middle to teammate Olivia Johnson. Olivia, who I'm pretty sure is a unified cheerleader as well. I saw her rocking out on our cheerleading championships. And off the glass, in and out. Tough rim as Onyx Myers has had two long shots. Spoiled. Olivia will have the rebound for Waterford. She'll take it in a little closer. Swish. Olivia Johnson with the basket for the Lancers. Coming the other way, a little strong from Ryan. Over to Jairus Floro.
Great shot by Jairus. Breakaway here, Casey.
Weaving through traffic. Sean Morrison off the glass.
Great shot, Sean.
NFA got a little drip of play. Oh, almost all the way to the basket. Ryan had a good look. Second chance goes down for Kandori Meza.
Great sportsmanship there.
Out ahead of everyone, though, Onyx Myers. Just short. Onyx likes, letting it fly. Modern game guy. Getting in a little bit closer. Sam had a chance underneath. Coming the other way for NFA, Chloe Roberts. Oh, just off the side of the rim. Chloe gets another chance at it. And again, just a little too strong. Gonna get one more chance for Chloe. Man, that again, the basket's got a lid on it. Now we're going to take a look at Woodstock Griswold. So this is a level 5 game. Talk a little bit about what we're going to expect there.
Recreational level. significant modifications to the typical high school rules. So some of the key modifications include the use of adaptive equipment, modified hoops, modified enforcement of the rules. So one-to-one partners usually in terms of athlete with a partner. Each athlete has a partner. So you could see there could be more than 5 for each team on the court in a level 5 game.
Woodstock with the basketball. Shot goes up, just short. That was Damian Redmond with a shot. Now the rebound, back to Redmond. Off the glass, it's good. Only a sophomore, Damian Redmond. Griswold. Nice shot, gets it to go for the Wolverines. In the other direction now, Jessica Palmerino for Woodstock. They're going to give Jessica another chance. She gives it up to her teammate, Redmond. One more chance here for Damian Redmond. He dribbles a little closer. And in and out for Redmond. He wants to give it up to a teammate. And instead he gives it up to Griswold. Go the other direction. Good sportsmanship. High off the glass. One more. Coming the other direction, Redmond. And he gives it up to teammate Palmerino. And just in and out. And there we go, off the glass and good for Palmerino. Fast break layup in the other direction for the Wolverines. Redmond, a soft touch, but in and out. Take another chance at it. And that one's good off the glass for Damian Redmond.
Just spoke to the coach of the Griswold team, Stacy Jewell, just to clarify the level. It is level 5. Athletes getting a lot better, she said, since beginning of the year.
Woodstock with the basketball, and we're gonna, I think that'll be some subs coming in. We're gonna switch over some athletes. Inbound the ball on the side for Woodstock. Or we're going to give it to Griswold. So Griswold will have it inbounds. So our highest level today will be level 2, which will come seeing, and we've seen level 5 here with adjustments. talk a little bit about level 2.
That's the competitive grouping, Casey. So, few modifications. Partners and athletes both can score. But there's no backcourt pressure, so you can't press. And the partners may not account for more than 50% of the points. So, you know, in more competitive atmospheres, they're really going to pay close attention to that. I know in the spirit of things, you know, one of the difficult thing is like, for a coach is like, what level do I put my team at? You know, I want them to be successful, so a lot of times coaches will say we want to be at the recreational level, but then they go up against a team that's different than them. They adjust their level on the fly. So, you know, Coach Staley tried his best to match up the teams according to their levels, but, you know, it's all relative.
All right, we got another unified athlete and coach here, Waterford High School. Why don't you say hello to everybody, your name?
Hi, I'm Jacob Sachs from Waterford.
And go ahead and give it over to Coach.
Mary Murphy, coach of Waterford Unified.
So, Coach, I want to ask, I have on, like, inside information that we have a potential broadcasting partner here.
I think we do, yeah.
Is that true that you want to be a broadcaster?
Yes.
All right, so tell me a little bit about what's your favorite sport?
Baseball.
All right, I like you already. That's a good start. Do you like to watch the games? Do you ever try to broadcast the games as well?
Sometimes, I like the Red Sox. Hopefully you're not a Yankees fan.
No, Red Sox fan.
I've been to like many Red Sox games in my life. My grandparents have season tickets.
Very cool.
And I like to watch all the Red Sox games, no matter like spring training. My first team was 7 months old.
Who's your favorite player?
Right now, I like Bregman.
Yeah, he's a good choice. You think
Like a foreign language to me. I know nothing about baseball.
do you think that they're going to have a good season?
Yeah, their pitching is really good, and they got some right-handed bats, so I think they'll be swell.
See, you are already more knowledgeable and insightful than our own Mike DeMoro. Now, he's a Yankee fan, so he's already, right, we already start way down here. So talk to me about playing unified sports.
Well, I've been playing since I moved to Waterford in my 7th grade year from Massachusetts. I've played like at every game. I've tried not to miss any practices. I've helped out anyone anytime they needed it. I've tried to participate in all the events that I could.
Wonderful.
Which sports do you play?
I do basketball for Unified, and then I play baseball.
Okay. So how do you like playing unified basketball?
It's really fun. I've been doing this for a while now, and it doesn't get old.
All right, let me ask Coach a question here. So talk a little bit about what it's like to coach the different levels of athletes in unified.
Sure. So this year we entered our first level 1, level 2 team, which is awesome. We've had some athletes who really want to play at a higher level and have the skills to do that. We also have our level 3 team here. So just allowing Jacob's on the level 2 team. So allowing everyone to play at a competitive level with competitive team is great.
Now, do you guys travel around Connecticut and play in different events?
We do. So we have a weekly game in the winter months. So we've played Montville, we played London. Who else did we play this year, Jacob? Stonington. We were supposed to play East Lyme, but we had a snow cancellation.
Oh, the Waterford East Lyme rivalry. No,
Yeah.
snowed
We'll
out.
have to catch them next year. Yeah.
So let me ask you, what is something about unified that the people at home might not know? I think we've covered a lot of the that it's competitive, and we've talked about the levels, and I think everyone understands the athletes and how they bond with their partners and how. But what's something that we might not know?
I think Unified is really about everyone having a spotlight on their abilities, so giving everyone an opportunity to play, compete, and be a part of the team. I think that's really important and valuable, especially in
So, back to you, to Jacob. You're a level 2 athlete, so that gets pretty competitive out there.
Yeah, everyone just wants the ball. We all all just want to keep shooting threes. They
Sounds like every other high school athlete that I see.
just want to be the Celtics.
I can't blame them. I don't want to be the Celtics too.
True.
So have you played yet?
Yeah, I just played on the court too.
All right, I'm gonna take a quick look at the schedule while here, because I'm looking. So we're gonna look for what. So our final game of the day, Waterford 2 versus NFA 2. That's gonna be you. Oh boy, now that's gonna be right here. We're gonna have that one live. So you're gonna shoot a 3 for me or what? All right. If you hit it, what do you want? What do you want the call to be? How would you call your own play? What do you think you want to? You like? You want me to call you one of the Celtics? You want to be like Tatum out there or Brown? Who would you want to be? Pritchard. All right. There we go. I'll give you a Pritchard nod if you knock down a 3.
I try to take those half-court shots at the end of the game.
Yes, Jacob always wants to do a half-court shot, so this will be your day.
All right. So what's the most fun thing about playing?
Just interacting with the partners, having like everyone making sure they're having fun, having fun stuff that they can do, all their different abilities, and just fun to watch.
Who's one of the partners on your team that has been really good for you?
Probably Marcus. Marcus and Peter. Since day one, they've been just trying to help the team as much as they can, shoot the threes as much as they can. They just want to they're like, They just want to take the threes and,
Dialed in.
yeah.
So when you're a baseball player, what position do you play?
When I was younger, I used to catch, but I'm a lefty, so I'm not really. But I'm basically play first and base.
Okay. Baseball season's right around the corner.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. When you're out here, have fun. All right. Coach, let me ask you one last question.
Sure.
So, can a unified athlete start at one level and progress their way up the levels?
Sure, absolutely. So there's 5 levels total in unified, levels 1 through 5. So depending on an athlete's ability and skill level, if they're showing an improvement in skills, then absolutely they can move up levels throughout the season.
And if someone was in their school and they're watching this and they said, well, I don't know anybody who does unified. I don't know anything about, I'm not even that knowledgeable about sports. Does that mean that they couldn't be a partner or an athlete in
No,
unified?
Not at all. So unified is first and foremost really about the spirit of inclusion and making sure that everyone who's on the team is celebrated and supported in their skills. And it's a place where you can grow and develop as a player, an athlete, and a person. So it's a place to be if you know nothing, because you learn with it. Yeah.
Well, listen, if then I'm definitely found my calling, because I'm told I know nothing all the time anyway. So
We'll invite you to a practice.
thank you very much for joining us. I want you to go have lots of fun today. Knock down some threes, okay? You got it. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great job.
Do you want to ask about how you become a broadcaster?
Like, how do you become a broadcaster?
Okay, there we go. I'm happy to answer that. Ask that again.
How do you become a broadcaster?
How do you become a broadcaster? Okay. The best thing for you to do to be a broadcaster is to be a broadcaster. And what I mean is, next time you're watching the Red Sox at home, instead of listening to the guys who do the game, you do it.
I usually do a lot.
That's the first start right there.
But I usually like listen to the radio because like I don't know if I'm on radio type person or not, but I like the activities because on the radio they do like all the play and like tell us exactly what's going on.
Mhm.
On TV they talk about the stories and you can see what's going on.
See, that's something right there that a lot of people don't know. That's actually really, that's a really important thing to understand, because on the radio, when you can't see it, you have to tell everybody all the stuff, right? You got to help them see it. But when it's on TV, it's more about entertaining them because they can see what's going on. So that's why they tell the stories and things like that. So do you think that you'd want to be more of a storyteller, or do you like the idea of explaining all of what the game?
Explaining all the games because like, I don't know a lot about hockey, but I know a lot about baseball, football, and basketball. Those are the top two I follow. I'm like making charts and everything on.
Perfect.
Like stats every year for all the teams, and I do free agency predictions. What happened for years and what they get.
All right, stay here, right? This is the game we have going on right now. This is Bacon Academy and Windham. It's a level 4 game. All right? So just talk. Go ahead. You're on. You're broadcasting right now. Let's see what do you see?
They're getting past, and he goes up and he misses it, but he gets his own rebound. He takes a shot, and he makes it.
All right, not bad, not bad. We'll give you one more time with Bacon down here. Let's see. Keep describing what you're seeing.
Number 20 brings down the ball. He takes a shot, and it rings out. And when the player gives it back to him, he takes another shot, and he banks it in.
Good job. Keep going. You've got the floor right now. We're gonna let you.
He gives it up. He gets it to number 10. He takes a deep one. He goes over everything. 20 with a rebound. He gives it back to him, and he banks it.
Great shots.
So Windham, who we saw a little bit earlier.
Brings it up the court. She goes granny shot in. She breaks it, makes it. After that game.
Wes knocking that one down, going in the other direction. So
Out of bounds there.
Number 6 takes a shot and goes off the back of the rim.
That's Alexis.
Gets it.
That's Fabian. He passes it back to Alexis.
all right. So Bacon Academy in the blue, right? Windham in the maroon. That's Wes. With the not bad, good shot by Wes.
The team all knuckles.
Yep, he's been a part of Unified for a few years. We've had him here before. So Jacob, what grade are you in at Waterford?
I am a sophomore.
You're a sophomore, okay. So you got a few more years of this.
Yep.
So I think you got a future as a broadcaster. We just got to keep doing this when you have a chance. Like I said, at home, or you go to a Waterford game and you just get used to the idea of talking about what you see. What sport do you think you'd be the best at announcing?
Probably baseball, because it's like the crazy pitches, hit-by pitches, all the different hits, and all the defensive plays. Just makes it way more fun. While basketball is like very fast-paced, while baseball is like the nasty pitches, and it's just really fun to watch and broadcast.
There's a shot right there. That's
My favorite is probably Joe Castiglione.
Joe's awesome.
Yep.
That's Alexis Padua Santiago was the shot for Windham, and they're going to let Wes bring it up for the Bobcats. Nice pass. Good shot up there. What do you think, Jacob?
6 is Brittany. He tries and he shoots, and it goes out. It's Windham ball.
Windham ball. Alexis Padua. That's Santiago for Windham.
Brings it down. It's up, and it goes off the high rim.
That was Fabian Rodriguez who shot it. Now we got another shot. That was Doliver Jimenez. And now Bacon Academy will have it.
Bacon brings it down the court. He takes a shot. Goes off the front of the rim. They get it back. He takes the shot. And goes off to his back. Goes outside the rim.
We can give him one more chance.
Rebound.
Yeah, one more chance here.
And he makes it.
All right, good job. All right, Jacob, I'm going to let you go join your teammates, all right, buddy? Great job. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Nice pass and the basket for Doliver Paulino Jimenez. Bobcats basketball. Wes distributes it. Nice pass and the basket. Good ball movement from the Bobcats. Coming in the other direction now, Windham. Running the floor is Padua Santiago. They're going to give him another shot. He passes it off to his teammate instead. Windham, very unselfish basketball. So the shot goes up from Anthony Martinez. And we'll give credit to Anthony Soto, who made that last basket for Bacon from the great pass from Wes Palella. And Brendan Jeanette. Isha Consagra, the partner with the rebound, gets it back to Brendan Jeanette. A little bit high off the glass. Wes Piella has been the star so far for Bacon. He has been knocking down straightaway shots. Juice, I don't know how to break this to you, but
I'm fired.
Jacob Sachs has completely taken your job.
What a performance from Jacob. I can't wait to see. If he was that good on the mic, I can't wait to see how good he is on the basketball court.
He did a great job. He's got good analysis, and I think the best part of it was he understood the difference between radio and TV.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I've got people, including myself, who struggle with understanding those two differences. And it's very easy to just carry one into the other. So I found that to be a very, if you start there, you're off to a good start.
Yeah, I always hear you tell people that are interested in broadcasting, that's usually what you lead with, that difference between radio and TV, and he already was one step ahead.
I was always told I have a face for radio. So, but that's really what the difference comes about with those two. If you're not comfortable with pace and spacing and quiet, TV can be difficult because you have to let it breathe. Radio, if you're not precise and scheduled and have a real understanding of like time management, the radios can be a real problem. One of my biggest frustrations is listening to a game on the radio and going 3-4 minutes without knowing the score, the time, things like that get lost really easy for people. They get locked in on describing what the action and they forget no one knows anything. And you got to assume that everybody, was it Vin Scully and the Egg Timer? You got to assume that somebody is tuning in every minute.
Yes.
So that was Bacon Academy and Windham in a level 5 game, actually a level 4 game. And we have a little break in the action here as the teams will be keeping it in alumni for Waterford and Ledyard, which is a level 3 game that is due to start momentarily. So I will.
Once again, just so impressed with the turnout here. Keeps growing every year, seems to get a little bit bigger, but very well organized, and everybody just mingling, socializing, a lot of handshaking, fist bumping, a lot of smiles and camaraderie. It's a joyous event. Brings a lot of smiles to people's faces. Opportunity for people to just sit back, relax, and just enjoy the athletic competition without any stress. The officials volunteer their time to do these games. They don't get paid. The spirit of volunteerism and just sportsmanship, just celebrating the games and the love of playing a sport.
So we're going to have Chris Staley coming up shortly. He'll be joining us now. One thing about Chris, he is a multiple award-winning Unified coach / organizer, which is impressive when I learned that you can only win it every so often. So it's like every 4 years, like the Olympics.
Yeah, the Michaels Cup you're referring to, which
Yes.
is like it's like the state championship if there was only one tournament for each sport. There's only one Michaels Cup given out to all the unified programs in the state each year.
Ledyard coming back the other direction after the basket from Sam DeFelice. Rebound and the pass over to James Damien. Damien with his own rebound and the putback in that rim. I'm telling you, this basket over here has been problems for all the teams so far.
Shooting into the backdrop of the attendees here.
DeFelice all the way to the basket and knocks it down. Sam. Coming the other direction. Running the floor for Ledyard. Gabe Allingham. And it goes. Allingham for 2.
Nice shot by Allingham.
So now Waterford will have the basketball. They've flipped the pennies around. They're wearing the whites now, the home uniforms. Olivia Johnson, Olivia, just off the mark. Good rebound, however. Taylor Herbert, underneath, and the basket from Sam. Sam's a scoring machine. You can't let him get on the block.
Yes. Cannot be stopped.
Other direction. Mackenzie Boyer. Over to Audrina Dubin. Oh, I see that. I see that the Waterford team has a couple of mixed bag going on right now. A couple of Ledyard athletes flipping over to the white to help out Waterford. In the other direction now, Taylor. High arc, Taylor Herbert. Put back. And another basket from Taylor Herbert. Running the floor. I like getting the back on. I like the hustle back on D.
Taylor, every time we see him play, he's sprinting back on defense.
High arcer and swish from Audrina Dubin. We're going to bring in NFA's Chris Staley. Last time we saw you, you were in your superhero, Super Staley. Now, a quick change in the phone booth, and you're back to the mere mortal, Mr. Staley. So let's start with, how do you manage to make this event grow every year? Because it feels like each time we're here, there's more participation from more schools, more athletes, and more fans. How do you manage to make it grow?
I mean, I can't take credit for it. I mean, honestly, the unified concept and the unified program, it's the kind of thing that other folks see it going on and want to be a part of it. It really is the kind of thing where kids see it, they want to be involved. Other schools see it, they want to be involved. Really, once you come to an event like this, you start thinking, all right, I got to be a part of it. And we've been fortunate. We've had some new schools coming with Windham here for the first time in a long time, which is awesome. We have several other schools that are here bringing multiple teams, which is awesome. But yeah, I really think it's the event itself, it's the format itself, the lens itself. I want to get involved.
Onyx Myers knocks down that shot. I got to give him special props because the previous game, he was just getting no luck, in and out on all of his shots. That time, he gets it to go. So I think, you talk about people see it and they see that it's something special. And we've talked with Coach Murphy, and I asked her, I said, what is something that people don't know about Unified? And she gave an answer. I'm going to ask you the same question, because I think at this point people have a decent idea about the athlete-partner relationship, the levels that involve. But what's something about Unified that you think the person out there watching probably just doesn't know and might want to know?
So, I can speak to that a little bit. We're fortunate here at NFA to have a large program, and that means that we have a real variety of skill levels that we can field a bunch of different teams. I think the thing that surprises people the most are some of the more competitive levels. And what I think is, people look at Unified, it's a wonderful thing. It's really inclusive. We can make accommodations for any skill level, whatever needs students might have. But, on the competitive end, when you see students that are playing, by high school basketball rules or hitting threes, are running, zone defense or more complex plays, it really opens people's eyes, not only to athletic ability, but honestly, it starts getting people to say, holy cow, I didn't realize that was possible, and it makes people think, what else might be possible? I really think it broadens people's ideas about, what our athletes are capable of, the types of things that they can do. That's always been my feeling about that more competitive level. It's really an eye-opener for a lot of folks.
Sean Morrison knocks it down for Waterford. I know our last game on the schedule is NFA Waterford Level 2, and I'm actually really looking forward to seeing the Level 2, athletes and see what that looks like. We're going to see Woodstock and NFA 2 prior to that, but I've been impressed even with the Level 5 athletes, and the skill level is much higher than it has been. Like, it's clear that kids are growing within the Unified atmosphere.
Yeah, and I think that's the kind of thing that, coaches as well. I was just talking to Coach Murphy and Coach Arnold from Waterford, and they were saying, we've been kind of thinking about maybe having a regular Level 2 team, but we weren't really sure. We wanted to try it out. But after their experience at tournaments like this, they're like, all right, this is something we can definitely do, and we want to grow our program and add that, extra element to it. So that's part of the deal, too, is you get to see a whole bunch of different teams. You get to experience playing against a bunch of different players. And it gives you an idea of a whole variety of things your teams might be able to do or students might be able to do. So it's really neat.
So I was supposed to ask Coach Murphy about this, but she brought Juice's replacement, Jacob Sachs, who's a future broadcaster for sure. I started with Bowden, who just grabbed the mic and interviewed Chloe himself. And then Jacob, who I'm like, all right, I'm out of a job, Juice is out of a job. But I was supposed to talk to her about the Penguin Plunge. So I'm going to ask you, because you were the reason I was a part of the Penguin Plunge. Talk a little bit about this weekend's Penguin Plunge, total numbers that NFA raised, total numbers that you saw at the event, and then I have a request at the end of that.
You got it. First of all, I mean, if folks don't know, Casey, a man of his word last year, said he would do the Penguin Plunge. Not only did he show up this year, 2024 when we did the plunge, it was 60 degrees out. We were standing around like we were at a picnic in somebody's backyard having a great time. This year, 2025,
it was not
60. No, I looked at the feels like temperature. It was 6 degrees. And then when we went in the water, that was a balmy 35 degrees. So it was not an easy day to go out and do it.
It was almost, you were almost skating.
Oh, forget about it, yeah.
It was really cold.
Despite all that, we had our biggest turnout from NFA ever. We had 30 team members participate. We raised the most money we've ever raised. We were over $12,000. All that money goes to Special Olympics Connecticut. It's their biggest fundraiser. So we were very, very proud of the job that our team did. Ava Hatch, one of our super seniors, she raised over $4,000 individually. It was absolutely incredible the kind of turnout we got. So I was super proud of our group, and I love that we do this, and I hope we continue because it's a great thing.
How many athletes? How many participants would you say were there overall at the plunge?
If I had to guess, I bet we're probably pushing 200. And I know this year in particular there were multiple
groups from different law enforcement branches, which was really cool to see. That community is very, very supportive of Special Olympics, and it was awesome to see so many of those folks out. But even we're starting to see more and more schools. There was a team from Guilford that I saw there. There was a team from Williams that was there. Our friends from Waterford was there. So that's awesome, too, getting more of those schools involved.
Special shout-out to Montville's Devin Maynard-Epstein with the basket there, and our girl Sophia Williams, who is a game day favorite. We love seeing Sophia out here. And then Woodstock coming right back and under the basket with their attempt. So I have an idea. I want to do the entire game day group next year. I want to get them all out. Peter Wappy has already said yes, he would do it because he's one of those, he's a closet adventurer. That's what. Now Juice said that that obviously the peer pressure of the whole thing would be too much for him, so he'd have to be a part of it. The sports doctor, I'm going to tell him, sports doctor, he'll be out there. I'll just tell him it's a chance for him to be on air, and he'll do it no problem. The challenge was Mike DeMoro.
Yes,
I was wondering. Yeah.
Mike DeMoro's response was no, there is no way.
Yep.
But I have convinced him that he said if he wears a wetsuit, he'll do it. So, costumes fit over the wetsuits, correct?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Because of how much money you raised, I think what we're going to do is we're going to let any team that's participating in the Penguin Plunge will have an opportunity to choose a theme for us to wear and go.
I love that. Absolutely. That's an awesome
based
idea.
on this year, Waterford would have a chance to weigh in.
Yep.
You guys would have a chance to weigh in, and we'll see if we can come up with a theme for Go in the Water. I know that I will not be wearing a heavy towel-like penguin suit that is still not dry.
That absorbs water?
It was 45 pounds when I was out of there. So I do want to thank you, though, for getting me involved, and I definitely want to stay involved. It was a lot of fun. I want to go when it's 60 degrees they're rumored about. Next year I'm going to go. It's going to be subarctic, so I am sure. But we were talking about your involvement in Unified. You've been doing this a long time now. Maybe what's something you'd like to see happen that maybe we haven't gotten to yet, but a place that you'd like to see this go?
So we actually have something cool that our competitive level's been working on. So we've had two things happen. For many years, we've played in what we call the level 1-2 league up in the Hartford area in the CCC. This is the first year that we've had a second division start. It's schools like Oxford and Trumbull that now have a second league going, and they are, for the first time ever, going to play a unified championship game at the state finals at Mohegan Sun, which
great.
Is unbelievable. It's something we've sort of hoped could happen, and it sounds like this is the first year that's going to happen. So I'm super proud of that. What I'd love to see is, to move towards a model that resembles, the typical Class L tournament model. When we really get a champion from the ECC and from the CCC and the different conferences, and we sort of move in that direction. I think that's a cool thing to shoot for. And like I said, it's an eye-opener when you see that competitive level going. But at the same time, these conference tournaments, just like we see today, we also want to see those continue to grow and get more and more schools involved.
Well, that sounds like a good goal, and I think sounds like exciting things on the horizon for Unified. Jacob said he's a Red Sox fan. He's now an Alex Bregman fan. He says 560 points for Bregman this year. So
sounds good to me. I'm in for that.
Listen, he doesn't let it. He doesn't. what Super Staley doesn't want to say publicly is that he is
baseball?
The biggest fantasy geek in the world. Right? He jokes about that, but if I asked him right now, pick the 8th prospect in the Brewers organization, and he'd be able to. He'd throw stats at you.
That's big time.
Well, you're being a little too humble, as you know. Casey won for the first time ever I believe it's the oldest fantasy baseball league in the country.
It is.
He was the champion for the first time last year. It was amazing.
I finally went to the point and click method where I just closed my eyes, pointed to the page, and worked out for me. All that studying did not work out. Well, Chris, I want to thank you again for, the hospitality, hosting us. You put on such a great event, and for helping us learn more about Unified, and as long as this event is here, so will we. So will we be here.
That's amazing. We love you guys. We love the dedication, the time, and the effort that y'all put in to make this happen, and we love having you. So we hope you keep coming back.
Well, Juice likes it because he only has to walk down the hall.
That is
Got
nice.
that right.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for joining
Thanks,
us.
My
Chris.
pleasure. Thanks, guys.
We're going to put our attention on the Waterford-Stonington game, which is a level 3 game. Stonington, we've seen Waterford a couple times. They have a couple different groups entered. This is a level 3, so there's Stonington out there in the brown. So bringing the ball up for Stonington. Rayanne, we saw her. She's a shooter. We saw her earlier. Nice pass. Trying to get it down from Joey Marshall, and it goes in high off the glass. Another attempt high off the glass is good. Knocking it down, Ainsley Helbig.
Ainsley.
That's a name known to the annals of game day, the Helbig name.
This guy inside has been unstoppable.
You can't stop Taylor Herbert. And then he's going to sprint back on D, which is the best part of it all.
First guy back on defense.
Celtics could take a page out of his book. Get back on D. So we talk a little bit about, cheerleading and how it's a very, positive community where everyone wants everyone to succeed. I don't know that there's a truer place, Jackson Lucier. I don't think there's a place that's more true than Unified Sports, where, as competitive as it is, everybody is really supportive of each other. You don't ever see as much passing, and the legendary winning coach, Courtney Gomez,
Coach Gomez with a nail biter last night here. They're going to advance.
I was very, very disappointed in the fact that I didn't stay. I dropped the pizza off, and I was going to stick around, but I had something else I had to do, and
they dug one
turned out to be a really good game.
They dug one out. Peter Wappy put the highlights on theday.com. But just to put a bow on the Chris Daly interview there, Casey, one of the other things that he does so well, and you guys alluded to it when you're talking about the Penguin Plunge, he really does a lot of fundraising and advocacy for Special Olympics. And last year, he traveled down to Washington, D.C. with members of the Unified team, both athletes and partners and their families, and they met with several members of the Connecticut congressional delegation to ask for continued federal funding for these types of Special Olympic programs. So Chris is doing it now. He's going above and beyond. He's not just doing it for the kids here at NFA. He's doing it for the wider community that participates in Special Olympics. It's just a tremendous individual. I know you know him well. He's just a great guy and great for all the people that are involved in Unified Sports.
Well, it's funny because I got to know him through baseball, fantasy baseball, and over the course of the years, I've come to realize what a great person he is, and he truly is. So we're going to bring in Jill Long, and now coach at Griswold.
Yes.
Mike DeMoro, though, puts in parentheses, Nolan's mom.
I'll take it.
As someone who knows, that's a big deal to be Nolan's mom. But I would suggest it's a big deal to be, Jill's son. So Nolan,
I would say
Nolan has to take a back seat today.
I don't know about that. You might want to ask him about that.
Talk a little bit about how you got involved in coaching Unified.
Well, I got into special ed. My husband and I had Nolan, Alexa, and Weston, and we adopted 2 children from DCF, and I quit my job at Pfizer so I could stay home with them and raise them. And when I went back to work, I was a para for special ed students, and that's how I started. I went back, got my master's degree, and now I'm a special ed teacher, and this is just a passion that we have. We're a basketball family, and we just carry it from every level.
Yeah, I remember your nieces playing here as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
So when I was a young teacher here, they were unbelievable, Stephanie and Courtney. So talk a little bit about the team that you got here from Griswold.
Yeah, we have a great team here from Griswold. They have a great program at Griswold where it's not the biggest program, but it's a very tightly knit program where everybody works together and everybody wants to be part of it. We do all the unified sports, and we have a great support system there. We have the best administration who supports everything we want to do. We're having a unified prom coming up at Griswold where we invited 6 other schools to come with us. So it's ingrained in Griswold, and we really love it.
Well, one thing that I've has been a theme, and I was talking to Chris about this earlier. We see a lot of communities in the sports that we do that are a little different in the support, kind of the supportive nature of it. And cheerleading comes to mind because cheerleading is one of the few sports where everyone's literally cheering for each other, and it's really cool. Well, here at Unified, the word unified is so accurate on so many levels because we've got kids who do sports across all sports in high school are represented from the partner side. You've got athletes on the unified side that are playing across all of the the sports that are offered, and then when they're here, they're all interactive with each other in a way that is, I say, like, if the model for sportsmanship could come from here, we'd be in a better place because it's competitive, but they're truly embracing the idea of having fun and of having the person that's across from them enjoy it as well. I've never seen so much of that.
It is that, I mean, that's essentially why we do this, is because these athletes here don't have the opportunity to be competitive. They don't always, they'll have a self-contained PE class. They'll be in self-contained classes. This puts them on a pedestal. This is what makes them important. And they are so excited. I mean, I've had students today from this morning like, can I warm up now? I'm like, hey, we got a while. But they're so excited to be here. And to have them be the stars of the show makes us so happy. And it just makes everybody feel good to be here.
I mean, it's so inclusive and community-based that even the officials take part. Like, officials are detached in all the other sports,
Absolutely.
But not here. And here, the officials get to go back to what I remember umpiring Little League, and part of your job as an umpire in Little League is to help the kids develop.
Right.
And you watch these officials, and they're helping the kids develop.
They're helping them, yeah. And that's the beauty of unified sports, is that nobody wins or loses, but we all win. That's the thing. Nobody loses. Everybody wins, and everybody's the star of the show, and what's better than that?
And one thing that we've seen, even though we've been doing this a few years now, is we've seen athletes grow over the course of a couple of years. So we've actually had an opportunity to see athletes from 2 years ago and where they've gotten to now, and some have gone up levels.
Right.
And their skill sets have improved, and you can see them transitioning to being like the leaders of their teams. It's really cool.
That's such a great point, because the kids that will start are kind of timid, don't know what to expect, don't like the crowds, all of a sudden get here and see so-and-so, everybody's screaming for so-and-so because he made a basket. I want to make a basket. And that's how they move ahead, and it's so fun to watch them progress too, socially and in their game as well, and how excited they get to be here. I mean, you can't not have a great time here. And as coaching, you can't not love to do this. It doesn't matter how many hours you spend doing it. It's just so much fun.
Well, you've got a resume that few have. You had 3 of your own and then added 2, and then changed careers to,
Yeah, I'm not the smartest one. Timing is not my best quality.
But you know what? Your best quality might be the just utter humanity that you bring to this. And I have a real appreciation for educators in general, but to take it outside of the classroom onto the on the field or the court and then into your own home is what we need more of in general. So I want to ask you, like, from where you started to where you are now, what's different about you because of your involvement in this?
Oh, I just that's hard to answer because I'm the same person. It's just that my husband and I have always felt that we were so blessed. We've been so blessed in everything we do. And we had 3 beautiful, healthy kids. And I said, I turned to my husband and said, I think we need to give back more. And he was like, you're crazy. But yet supported me 100%. And we adopted through DCF. It wasn't the easiest. It wasn't, but I'm so grateful. And then I've met so many people along the way. And my kids are healthy and happy. I have, they're thriving. So I want to give back again. So I went back at 50 years old and got my special ed degree. And this is where I need to be. This is where I want to be. And my kids support me. Everybody supports me. They think I'm crazy, but they support me. My husband, I could never have done it without him. And to be at Griswold is like a family as well. So I fit into, it feels like home, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, we've seen Griswold across all of our broadcasts of various sports. It's definitely a very close-knit sports community. So I can imagine, being a part of multiple communities in Griswold. It's a very tight-knit group. So what is what's the highlight of today for you? What is the thing you like most about this?
Oh my gosh, the highlight is walking off the bus and how excited everybody was. They had the big flag and everybody was just, waving the flag. That's the absolute highlight, is how excited they were to be here. The rest, the game, the baskets, that's all secondary to the fact that they're so excited to be here. And I'm on cloud 9, and, I love this.
On the screen right now, you can see we've got a Woodstock NFA, and if I'm reading this right, this is a level 2 game. It's our first time getting to see the level 2 game. Now, level 2, the skill level obviously goes up, the competitive nature goes up, and the rules change to where they're playing what our folks at home would be more used to seeing in a high school basketball game. What levels do you have at Griswold right now?
We're the lowest level, but we have students in a wheelchair. We have autistic students, but it doesn't matter what level. They're level 410 as far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
That's what makes them that. There they are. They're the happiest right there. And all day, look at that.
Well, I gotta tell you, I went over. I was watching them on the screen when I saw they were level 5. I went over to Coach Jewell and I said, "You sure this is level 5?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm sure."
Yeah. But we play some mean defense. Look at that.
No, you guys are getting better.
No, we're definitely getting better, and it's just so amazing to have this. And we want to bring on more sports. And like I said, we're doing the Unified Prom in a couple weeks, and these guys are so excited to get dressed up and do something a little bit different than sports, but in the same realm.
Well, Coach, we want to thank you for joining us and giving us some insight into you and to your program and what's going on at Griswold. And next year maybe we'll have a continued growing program. It's so nice to see all these different schools here. So.
Yeah, I would love that. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you guys do. I appreciate you.
Our pleasure. Coach Jill Long, and I'm not calling you, it's not Nolan's mom, despite what Mike Tomorrow said.
Tremendous. And here you see, in the level 5, they have some modified equipment as well, Casey. So you see the big basket there from Griswold.
Yep. And this
Another
is something
one?
we saw. We saw this last year, and I was very proud of. This is where the officials got involved last year as well. Again, the partner, the officials, the athlete, all working together. And I mean, if you can't smile watching that, then I'm not sure what else we should be trying.
Getting buckets.
So we're heading towards the end of. I mean, we're in the home stretch here. So we have games going on. We still have 2 or 3 more games going on. Like I mentioned before, we've got Woodstock NFA in a level 1 game. Now this is Fitch Griswold in a level 5. And we're going to have Waterford and New London shortly. So we've got the action is still going strong here. And bang, knocking it down from long range is Zab.
Great shot.
You talked about Coach Long and, somebody who's, given her life now, her second life to coaching these kids. And it's just great seeing, more schools here, more schools having a program. And like she said, level 5 doesn't mean anything to the athletes that are out there, because for them it's, they're giving it all. It's level 500.
Not for nothing. When you walk on this campus for the first time, it does kind of look like, something out of a movie or, a college-type campus, so that you think you're going to this big event, and then you see all these schools here and all these people. A lot of these schools that are just starting off, they're playing these singleton games. They're not traveling as far away as some of the schools that have multiple levels. So when they come to this event, it's like the crown jewel of their season. Such an exciting time. As Coach mentioned, her athletes were wanting to warm up at 9 in the morning.
I love the idea if we can make a statewide unified tournament happen where, at Mohegan Sun and mirrored after the CIAC's format that it has now for boys and girls basketball. That would be something.
Yeah, I think it's certainly going to happen when you see the interest that's trickled down now to the middle schools, and just more people want to be involved. There's a lot of stress, like there's a lot of mental anguish in playing, traditional high school sports that you don't have to experience when you play unified. So I think you're seeing more and more athletes say, I'd rather, for one season or maybe 2 seasons, I'm going to play unified because I get pure enjoyment out of it. There's no strain, there's no stress. But now, as Coach Daly said, now that you start to build the skill levels up, now you want to make the game a little bit more competitive and try to crown who is the best at those level 1 and level 2 divisions. And here we see in Norton Gym, the teams are getting ready for the handshake line. East Lyme on one side, shaking hands with Bacon, and then Griswold and Fitch on the other side. Just a traditional camaraderie that you see in our high school athletic contests. As you're watching the ECC Unified Basketball Tournament, 4 courts going all at once, 2 gyms. Tremendous event here today at NFA.
You see there, Bacon Academy, Windham, Fitch, East Lyme, switching over gym to gym. I think we have a little break before Waterford, New London is due to come up in level 3, as well as East Lyme and NFA, and then that Waterford NFA level 2 to finish us off here. Bacon Academy in the blue. You see the alumni gymnasium.
And after basketball season ends, Unified will turn to track and fields. There's also esports that are very popular now for Unified, and on the horizon, flag football and cornhole. Those are 2 of the sports that I know they're trying to add to the docket, so to speak. But track and field is the big one next, and there's another big ECC Unified track meet that takes place here in the springtime towards the end of the school year. So this kind of wraps up a lot of the team's basketball season today, and then take a little time off. As you heard Coach say, a lot of the teams will do like a formal dance. They'll do either a prom or a dance and take pictures, and it's a huge event where they get dressed up and food, music, just a good time. And then they move to the spring season where most will participate in track and field, but some will continue to do esports, maybe experiment with flag football or cornhole at a little bit less formal level.
I was trying to catch you with the penguin punch, man. You were so busy with your selfie stick and all that stuff.
Looking here at New London, Waterford in front of you on your screen here.
I know. Feet like walking on ice blocks back there. Yeah.
They're getting ready to tip off this game.
What do you need with friends like him?
I know. Well, I'll take juice. Staley's my arch nemesis now for guilting me into the
Thank you for doing that.
New London, Waterford underway.
All right, so we got the Whalers and the rival Lancers.
It's a level 3 game. So the highest level of the developmental group.
Bringing it down for Waterford, excuse me, for New London rather, Elizabeth Burkhalter. Burkhalter will have another shot coming up for the Whalers. Just off the back of the rim. And knocks it down, Burkhalter. And hustling back on D. I think Coach Cornish should, take a page out of this. Onyx. Myers, who is one of our favorites because he can light it up from downtown. And he's had a couple of long shots today, as well as Sean Morrison.
Anthony Menard, I don't know if you remember me.
Come on,
What's up, buddy?
Come on, best guidance counselor of all time. What's up? You're a big shot.
Waterford with the ball here.
Listen, man, you're a big shot. How's it going, right?
Shot is up, off the mark. Back up again with the offensive rebound. And the bucket for Sean Morrison as he sprints back. London bringing up the ball here. This is Gantis.
Can we keep the attention on what we're doing, please?
Sorry.
And Gantis with the shot, gets her rebounds. Anais, another shot attempt. Come the Lancers down the floor.
Get it over to Olivia. Olivia. Get a little closer. Tough D though. You got to get in amongst the defenders. Use the glass.
Nice shot, Olivia. There you see the joy from the two teammates celebrating the basket.
Now coming the other direction. Tom Class. It's a good name. Nice off the glass for Class.
Another celebration between the teammates. Level 3 game here between the Lancers and the Whalers. Alumni Gym.
see Onyx Myers with Sean Morrison right next to him. Inside, Morrison. Just off the side of the rim. We'll take another shot at that. Bang, knocks it down.
Nice shot, Sean. That's his spot.
He does feel comfortable in there. Coming down the other way for New London. Abel, Chafundo, and that one's good.
Good follow from Abel.
Our guy Sam bringing it up for Waterford. DeFelice. Good rebound for Alicia Contreras. And then back to Sam, and he knocks it down as well. Sam has scored a few today.
Yes. Once he gets it in that center area, he knows how to finish. This is Leo with a chance here for New London.
Leo Palomino. Good use of the glass, and he gets it to go. Good shot, Leo. Coming the other way now, Waterford. Pass underneath to Olivia. Find her spot.
Good hustle for the rebound there.
Onyx. To Olivia underneath again. And bang.
Nice
They all just like, they got their spots. Find it.
You can see the coaching paying off as these athletes are able to score with regularity.
Salazar. Getting the spot for New London. Jan Matthew. Oh, just short, on target.
Nice second opportunity there for Salazar.
And Waterford will bring it up with Sam. Working it around. Trying to get it inside, it looks like. You see the hands from Herbert. He's posting.
I'm Sean.
That's the spot right there. And the soft bounce.
And the celebration from the teammates. New London pushing it back. Alicia Contreras. With the bucket, Alicia, and a wave to the crowd.
Coming the other way now, Herbert. To Onyx. Onyx, here's the clock winding down. Buzzer beater attempt, just off the back of the rim. So we've got a couple games left on the schedule. NFA East Lyme level 4 and Waterford NFA level 2. One over in Norton, one here in Alumni.
Our second to last round of games finishing up. See the handshake lines and those penultimate games as we get ready for the finale. Two NFA squads, so a level 4 and a level 2 will be in action. We'll play East Lyme and Norton and Waterford here in Alumni Gym, what you're looking at now on your screen as you see the handshake line between Waterford and New London, a well-played game between those two squads.
So NFA East Lyme, rivalry game. And then NFA Waterford. Also a rivalry game. There's the NFA Woodstock Level 4 game that's wrapping up.
Just saw Xander score as we broadcast that last shot before they go to the handshake line. Coach John Lucy coaching that team, along with Coach Staley in the background. See the athletes and the partners going through the handshake line. All smiles here today, Casey, at Alumni Gym and Norton Gyms on campus of the Norwich Free Academy. A great afternoon of unified basketball. One game left to go. Or one round of games, I should
One
say.
round of games, yep, the 4:54 and 4:59. So we're about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes delayed, if you will, past the scheduled times, which is in consideration of 11 teams and all these different athletes, puts us pretty much right on schedule.
Yeah, I mean, those who are familiar with the NFA campus, it's not easy to get in and off of campus. So, you know, just the transitioning from where the buses come in to walking over to the gym, it's a lot more complicated than it might seem, but it always seems to get pulled off flawlessly. As it looks like we're about to tip over in Alumni Gym. This level 2 game, Casey.
Waterford and NFA over here. And then Waterford, so you got NFA East Lyme level 4 ready to tip off in Norton. And you've got Waterford NFA ready to tip off here in Alumni.
Angel 4 winning the tip for NFA.
Bang, shot knocked down right away.
Gavin Duda.
Gavin Duda.
No hesitation.
No, he stepped right into it.
There's your guy.
Reverse layup is good from our guy, Jacob Sachs. He wants to be the broadcaster. See how we call that? A little razzle-dazzle behind the back. Peter Heineck for Waterford. The long pass. Jump shot just strong. Good weak side rebound from Marcus Knoll. Shoots it over to Diego Graciano. Waterford working the glass. And finally NFA comes out of it the other way. Duda is definitely having fun. He was trying to make the wild behind the back pass. Coming the other way for Waterford now, Lucas Saunder. Steal from NFA. Up ahead to Duda. Duda, bounce pass. Jump shot is knocked down and buried by Heineck. I'm sorry, that was by NFA rather. That was by Jojo Rivera. So Jojo Rivera knocking it down. Get back, Jojo. Our guy, Jacob Sachs, he said he wants to be like Pritchard.
Ooh, that was a step back.
Yeah, it was definitely Pritchard-like right there. NFA now with the basketball. Stolen by Marcus Knoll. Bounce pass. Diego Graciano, he lost it underneath. NFA comes out of it. NFA, good pass. Ball movement for the Wildcats. JoJo off the glass, just missed. Heineck with the basketball for Waterford. All the way to the hoop. Euro step. Oh, just missed the layup.
Oh, behind the back.
A little fancy dribbling from Saunder. A little baseline J, no good. Rebound Rivera. Try to get it down underneath. Good ball movement. Defense from Waterford. Up ahead, Heineck off the glass for two. Peter Heineck with the layup. We're going to go over now to East Lyme NFA. And a basket quickly made by the Vikings. I think that was Trenton Mason, number 16, is that right? Now NFA. And just off the mark. Another chance, and second time's a charm. Basket good for NFA's Xander Rochelle.
Nice job, Xander.
Running the floor, though. Good passing as Colby Van Heusen got it up ahead to Mason for the layup.
Comes Marishka.
Marishka Martinez. High arcer. Comes up a little short. We'll give it another go. And needed to get a little bit of a helpful bounce. Didn't get it. See the rims, I'm telling you.
The
Norton.
Legendary, difficult rims in Norton Gym.
I wouldn't even want to practice in there. I'll lose my confidence.
That's how you become a good free throw shooter. You can't hit the rim.
Up ahead now, East Lyme. That's Joshua. Off the glass, no. Joshua Fear? Josh, no fear. Boom. Bringing it up now, Wildcats.
Dave Salcido.
Got a nice touch there. He just missed it. That one is a little, again, that's the Norton rims right there.
Gotta hit.
Tough to use the backboard here.
Gotta get it through the cylinder without hitting the rim.
It's like a tough pop-a shot. East Lyme will have the basketball going in the other direction now is Josh. Joshua, a little fancy dribbling over to teammate. And always good when Sienna gets you an assist by knocking it down. Wildcats come up with it the other direction now. East Lyme getting back on defense.
Fatima.
Oh, swish. See, that rim had more give to it. It was more forgiving than the Norton rim.
Yes, Fatima with the swish.
She wasn't going to mess around with the rim, though.
Nice shot, Fatima.
Good pass underneath. East Lyme right on target. Got one more. I like when the officials rebound for you, too, by the way. Can you see that? Can you see, like Tim Viveris?
Dave Cruz
rebounding for Savon Warren and going, here, Savon, take another shot.
Slippery ball there. Gets it back to Xander. Keeps it high, Xander.
You know, I want right now. We got to get some of our ECC athletes catch high, catch high, shoot high. Let's go.
Great form by Xander Rochelle.
Am I the only one though that is tempted to go over and dunk on the other hoop when it's?
I think so.
I'm like, that's a short. I got the short man problem. That's nice basket from Colby.
Yeah, good left hand. There's Ava Hatch, top fundraiser in the Penguin Plunge. Ava, she does a great job as a partner in Unified.
Dave knocks it down on the first attempt.
Nice job, Dave.
East Lyme, Sienna. She's a shooter. That's back-to-back baskets for Sienna.
Okay, Sienna. Good job dribbling up here by Xander.
Catch high, hold high.
Buckets.
Telling you right now, Xander's got it figured out. Running the floor, Colby. Off the glass, a little strong.
Good follow through. Look at the follow through.
The wrist, snapping the
Oh
wrist.
yeah, fingers.
And that's
pointed
why
down.
and that's why it goes down like that right there, the soft touch. So we are wrapped up here in Alumni Gymnasium. I believe we are done with games here, and this will be the end of it right here. This is the final bit of Unified basketball. Fatima. Swish.
Buckets, Fatima Malo.
Coming down the other direction for East Lyme, Joshua with the left, and just off the mark. Gets his own rebound, tries it again, just short. Over to his teammate, Colby, and Colby puts it away for the basket.
Another bucket for Colby. Comes Dave. Oh, Dave. Dave opted.
See, I told you. That's what I was
He
saying.
heard you. He heard you.
The temptation's just too great.
Dave. Oh, that's classic. Wait till I see him tomorrow. That is classic, Dave.
Dave, the only athlete to make baskets in two different hoops.
That's awesome. Another bucket from the
Josh.
lefty.
Been so good. See, now I want Dave to go and dribble down to the other end. I mean, make him one of the side baskets. I think that about does it from Norton. Yes. So that is the end of the basketball here at NFA in the Unified Games ECC basketball tournament, the ECC Unified game. Well done here for all of our athletes. So for NFA, East Lyme, Waterford, Fitch, New London, Woodstock, Windham, Stonington, Ledyard, Putnam, Bacon Academy, Montville, and Griswold, all the participants. Excellent job here at the Unified Basketball Tournament. So game day, we'll be back in action. You're going to have to pay attention to our social medias because we will be covering postseason high school basketball on the boys and girls side over the next few days. So keep an eye open for what we've got, and we'll be doing some games. So, Juice, wrap us up here for Unified basketball.
So many highlights. I mean, it started off with Bowden Arnold, absolutely crushing the national anthem. A great start and a lot of great action. Athletes, partners, playing hard, making a lot of baskets. And as many baskets as there were, Casey, there were a lot more smiles. Smiles all around. Great event. Thanks to everyone here at NFA and the other ECC schools who put this event on.
So for Peter Wappy and all the crew, and for Chris Giusti and all of the staff here at NFA as well, good evening from the 2025 Unified ECC Basketball Games at NFA. Drive home safely, everybody. Good night, and check us out soon for some postseason basketball on the ECC boys and girls side. Thank you very much. You've been watching Game Day live on theday.com.